few years ago, Courtney and I started exploring expanding our family a little bit more from our three biological children. We knew we both wanted a larger family, and at that time we started feeling a little bit of a tug from God in a different direction than making our own babies. The topic of adoption kept popping in our head, and we felt God clearly directing us to start exploring that. The problem was we had no idea what that entailed, what it cost, what the time frame was, anything about adoption. We didn't know anyone that had gone through it for the most part. So we were scared to even go down that option. But the fact that we were both hearing that gentle whisper helped us both say yes. And from there we had the opportunity to go to a seminar, because we knew nothing more than to start looking into the internet or going to conferences or talking to people to try to ease our anxiousness, our anxiety a little bit. And we had the opportunity to go to Denver to a conference, and that was a very exciting conference to us. From that conference we started feeling more than just a gentle nudge, a gentle tug from God. It was more of a God raised our shoulders saying, guys, thank you for saying yes, but I have so much more planned. So we were excited, but we were scared again. But that conference opened so many opportunities and an avenue for us to kind of have a glimpse of an idea of what God may be able to use our family as his feet and hands for his kingdom. And through that conference, we were able to explore the option of a ministry and come back home here to Dickinson and talk to Pastor Tim and Pastor Ron about the possibility of using us, allowing us to lead a ministry of what you may know today as Embrace.
So about 3.5 years ago, we formed Embrace Ministries at EBC. And our mission at Embrace, our mission statement is, just like EBC's, it's building faith, sending out, and sharing God, and through that to bring hope to the oppressed and fatherless. At Embrace, we also have 4 main things that we do, one of them being we provide support for adoptive and foster parents. That support looks many different ways. It can be coming alongside them and helping them choose an agency, ethical agency for adoption. It can be providing respite care when foster and adoption parents need it. It can be hosting some fundraising parties to support adoptive parents. And also, we have monthly encouragement and support nights where foster and adoptive parents get together and just encourage each other and have fellowship with one another through the struggles, through the highs, and through the lows of fostering and adopting. A second thing that we do is we just provide different classes to give people information on adoption and foster care, people who may have that gentle nudging on their hearts like we had. And also other classes, Sunday school classes for the general public, for the whole body of EBC that may want to get involved more in orphan care and different ways that they can do so.
A couple other important focuses that we feel are important in addition to what Courtney has talked about. One, Embrace is here to help form partnerships, not only locally but globally. We've had the opportunity right here at EBC to form partnerships with New Hope Uganda and Uganda with child sponsorships and sending teams. And here locally, we've been able to establish relationships with the foster care system, the social workers. It's been such a blessing to come alongside our body of believers and Embrace and form those relationships and be here for potential families to be an aid to help you form those same relationships. And also, very importantly, just to encourage you all, if you're starting to feel a nudge, to not be afraid and use Embrace. Use our failures, use our successes as a shoulder to lean on and be encouraged by.
Today, on this first Sunday in November, millions of people around the world are gathering to celebrate this as Orphan Sunday. But to us at Embrace, this is more than just this video, more than just this Sunday. It's really about the children that are in the United States foster care system, the children that are on the streets in Asia, the children in orphanages in Africa. It's about those children, God's children, and how we can show love to them.
You know, and a driving question that has really been a driving force for Courtney and I and the members of Embrace that have helped us is to just always remind ourselves, what would I want? What would you want if you were to die today, tomorrow? What would you want done with your kids? Would you want your kids on the streets? Would you want them in foster care? Would you want them in an orphanage? You know, two of those three have their points, but the obvious answer is no, we wouldn't want that. We want to turn those kids that they're labeled into what they really are. They're God's kids, and we are to come alongside them as part of His family. We've been adopted into His family, and the obvious answer is we wouldn't want that for our children. So we're constantly reminding ourselves and reminding each and every one of you the same.
Just a few weeks ago in church, Pastor Tim was talking about our adoption into Christ's kingdom. And he said that, part of our adoption, God gives us the abundant life through Him. And a lot of what that means is God being with us through the highs and through the lows. And when I left church that Sunday, I remember just thinking how true that was, how I feel that presence of God with me through everything since my adoption into His family. And how also that makes me think about my own children who are adopted, or the children we care for in foster care. The biggest gift we can give them is to be with them through life, through the highs and the lows, and to teach them about Christ's love and to show them that love.
You know, over the next few weeks, there's going to be this is video series 1 of 4. There's going to be 3 other videos that are shown, one on adoption, one on foster care, and one on child sponsorship. And our hope and prayer is that each and every one of you just takes the time to reflect on each and every one of those stories and the items of information that they share. Just reflect on that and ask yourself what or how God may use you to come alongside. It might even be one of them, but any other member of God's family. That's our hope and prayer through these video series.
We're so thankful that EBC gave us the opportunity to start Embrace Ministries and to bring it before our church. We're very thankful that we have a church that sees this as a need to be forefront in our church body. God is doing great things through this church. We have made great success stories over the last few years through adoption and foster care and sponsorship and people that are providing support to adoptive and foster families. You know, we are not all called to adopt a child. We're not all called to sponsorship. We're not all called to foster care. But we are all called to do something for the orphan. And that looks like many different things. And we just pray that you can search your heart for what God may be calling you to do.